Hello, my name is Jacob Vanover, and I'm going to be doing my global weather project over the floods in Haiti and the effect that floods can have on livestock, crops, citizens in itself, and emergency disaster teams. This here is just a brief overview and background of Haiti, the poverty. The gross national income per capita is 660 US dollars, about half the total for Nicaragua. The second poorest country in Americans. 78% of Haitians are poor. They're usually less than $2 a day, and more than half, 54%, live in extreme poverty, which is less than $1 a day. In rural areas, poverty and extreme poverty rates are estimated to be 84% and 69%, respectively. Over two-thirds of the labor force do not have formal jobs. Life expectancy is 61 years. Over half the children under 5 are malnourished. Over 7% of children die at birth. For every 100,000 births, 523 women die in Haiti, compared to 8 maternal deaths for every 100,000 births in Europe. 80 out of 1,000 Haitian children will never see their first birthday. This is just a little background on their education. The enrollment is about right at 50% of primary school age children are not enrolled in schools. 1/3 of girls over 6 never go to school. More than 50% of children attending schools are overaged. The retention, just how many people are coming back. Approximately 30% of children attending primary schools will not make it to 3rd grade. 60% will abandon school before 6th grade. Just the quality kind of education they're getting, maybe. Less than 40% of non-public schools are accredited. Only 15% of teachers at the primary level have basic teacher qualifications. This includes university degrees. Nearly 25% have never even attended secondary school. Approximately 75% of all teachers lack adequate training, may have just a 9th or 12th grade education, or some with no training at all. Less than 20% of schools have electricity. 39% have potable water, and less than 15% have libraries. Just the cost of schools. Public education represents less than 20% of enrollment and less than 10% of schools at the primary level. Estimated annual school cost averages 131 US dollars per child, including their uniform, books, materials, and transportation. Literacy, obviously, who can read and write. 37.9% of the population is unable to read and write, as compared to only 12% in the rest of the Latin Americans who can. A little background on the country. On Haiti, back in 2007 when this poll was taken, there was 9.7 million people in Haiti. Just the age structure, 0 to 14 years. About 38% of the population falls into this category. Obviously, you can see the male and females right at pretty close to the same. Your 15 years age to 64 years age is right at 58%. And obviously, you can see the male and female ratios there. And then there's about 3.4% that's actually over 65 years. Remember, the life expectancy is only right at 61 years. They're calling the median age right here is 20 years. This here is just talking about the disasters, the history on the disasters that I found. And this is actually just from 2000. I found a whole lot more, but I'm just going to put from 2000 to present day. For instance, in May of 2002, they had flooding. In May of 2004, they had some more flooding. In July of 2005, they had Hurricane Dennis. They have some more hurricanes here. I'm not going to read all of them. In October, they had Hurricane Wilma, Tropical Storm Alpha. November 2006, they had some more flooding. March 2007, they had some more flooding. In 2008, they had Hurricane Hannah. Obviously, in 2008 in August, they had Tropical Storm Faye and Hurricane Gustav. Here's one everybody should remember. On September 6th, they had the Hurricane Ike. 2009 in October. They had some more heavy rainfall, which is considered and actually turned into some flooding. January 2010, they had the Haiti earthquake, which everybody remembers that. In Port-au-Prince, November 5th there, they had Hurricane Thomas. That was just kind of a brief overview of the history of natural disasters that since 2000 that they've had. What I'm going to talk about now is just basically what is a flood and how does a flood occur. A flood occurs when water overflows and the indicates land is normally dry. This can happen in a multitude of ways. Most commonly is when the rivers and streams overflow their banks. Excessive rain, a ruptured dam or levee, rapid ice melting in the mountains, or even unfortunately placed beaver dams can overwhelm a river and send it spreading over the adjacent land, causing a floodplain. Coastal flooding occurs when a large storm or tsunami causes the sea to surge inland. Most floods take hours or even days to develop, giving residents ample time to prepare or evacuate. Others generate quickly and with little or no warning. These flash floods can be extremely dangerous, instantly turning a babbling brook into a thundering wall of water, sweeping everything in its path downstream. Disasters experts classify floods according to their likelihood of occurring in a given time period. A 100-year flood, for example, is an extreme large destructive event that would happen theoretically, be expected to only happen once per every century. But that's only in reality, this classification means there is a 1% chance that a flood such could happen at any given year. Over recent decades, possibly due to global climate change, 100-year floods have been occurring worldwide with frightening regularity. Moving water has also destructive power. A flood, obviously, when river flows overflow with banks or seas driven inland, structures poorly equipped withstand the water strength are no match. Bridges, houses, trees, and cars can even be picked up and carried away. The erosive force of moving water can drag dirt from underneath building foundations, causing them to crack and tumble. This is just a background on the project that I'm going to explain to you today, and this is the history on it and the flood that come in 2013. Heavy rains on June 14th, 15th, and 28th of 2013 caused flooding in Haitians Airborne, Northwest, and Central departments. 6 people were killed and over 66 families affected. Excessive damage was reported in the agriculture and livestock sectors. It is feared that this tragic emergency stocks may be used up in early rain sessions, and it is unlikely that it will be quickly replenished. This could potentially result in large shortages of critical aid supplies, preventing the government and its humanitarian partners from responding effectively to future shocks. This is just a picture here of the Haiti people trying to get out before the floods got too high.